Well, it's just me today. The reason being is our buddy John has caught the crud. So, Saturday at John's is postponed until John gets better. We'll wait for a few people to come on here. Actually, I ought to move that camera over here. I think I'll do that. Yeah. Two watchers. I don't know the watchers have paid attention to what happened. Saturday at John's is postponed because John is sick. So hopefully he doesn't get as sick as I did. Okay, come on. All right. Move my easel back. So I'm going to do some stuff today. I'm not working on airplanes, so if you're expecting that, you might as well click off. I'm going to finish these trophies and let's get this going. Yep. It's pretty bright on the light. There. Okay. Check the other camera. We got 3 watchers. Let me check the other camera, make sure it's working. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, I apologize, but like I say, John got sick, so we're postponed. And as far as the Thunderbolt goes, I need to use his sticks to hold the airplane out away from the bench. So I guess I'm just going to finish these trophies today, and I got another piece of artwork I'm going to start. So if you want to hang around, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. We're going to use, I don't think that's going to come back, but we'll try. Probably could get it back with some lacquer thinner. I just figured you guys might want to hang out with me. Channel hadn't been doing so good since I got sick, and now John's sick. But he caught it. He recognized it before I did. It took me a week to figure out what I had. This may or may not work. I don't know. Keep adding turpentine, and this paint is so expensive, I kind of hate to throw any of it away. Yeah, it's coming around. We'll add a little bit, about out of it, Indian red. Hey, Rob. Yeah, usually we're Saturday at John's, but it's just Saturday with me because of John being sick. Get a little more light in here. I don't know if this is going to work or not. We'll try it. Two, four, okay. So I want to use the zero. We'll get the zero broke in here. Hey, we got lots of. You're working on learning Fusion 360. Well, I got Fusion 360 on my computer, but like I've said before, I don't have enough time left in life to learn all these programs, you know. Kind of tough. Sheet metal parts, huh? Well, if you can do sheet metal parts, you can do balsa parts. And I'm on my second hobby here, sign painting. I think I'm going to have to mix up some new paint. We shall see. No, it may work. Well, I sure hope they find somebody to be this ED for the Nats. I had considered doing it, but if I'm the ED, I can't film. And you know, believe it or not, I think I do enough. Shit, how much can one guy do? We'll get these done anyway today. My stroke is coming back. Yeah, I know it's a thankless job and a headache. Like I say, I do quite a bit for the hobby now as it is. I don't want to take on another. Ah, it's the only bad thing about doing these live shows painting like this, because there's going to be mistakes. But I watched a few other sign painters and they make them too. Innovations in hand painted signs. That's what we're going to have. That's the next sign I'm going to make after I get these trophies done. Of course, I still need to do the bronze and the silver leaf on these, but we'll get them lettered up anyway today. And I don't expect you guys to hang around for this. This is rather boring to a model airplane crew, but I don't have enough viper wood. You know, somebody mentioned that you just use. Let me bring it in closer here. That you just use 6 pound or 8 pound thinner wood. Well, you still need the same parts, so what you got is a heavier airplane. I mean, that makes no sense at all. I still need so many ribs, whether you make them out of 16th or 8th inch. If the wood is 8 pound, you get the same. It's a good concept, but I proved that fact the day that I averaged out, all the parts. That was a eye-opening experience when I did that. Well, shit, man, that ain't gonna work at all. I think Mark Weiss is working on some type of program. Can I make this go up any higher? No. So I need to take this turd up. Let's see, 2 inch tape. Let's take this off. Don't look bad. I got no room to set anything. Put that there. You take this down. Yes, what the heck am I doing? Well, in order to paint signs, you need it about neck level, at Adam's apple level. So, I can't make the easel go. Good morning, Frank. I can't make the easel go up any higher, so we'll. For everybody who just joined in, the reason why there's no Saturday at John's is John is sick. Called me last night and said, gonna have to postpone it. Oh, shoot. Put my thumbprint on it. I'll pick it off when it dries. Rob Young. Well, I got a 3D router, a 3-axis router and a laser thing, but I can't figure out how to make the damn thing work. So you figure out how to make it. Maybe I'll just sell it to you. Like I say, I don't have enough time left in life to learn all that shit. All my knowledge is old technology. I got that line too fat. Take it off. Take it off. Yeah? G code? My machine runs on G code. Okay, try again. Okay, let's give her a whirl, Earl. I tried to do it in one stroke, but should have done it in two. That's good. All right, you write the code. I'll cut the stuff out. You know, I can't cut 36 inches, but I cut ribs and stuff. Ribs and formers and I don't know. I have to go over to, when I get over to John's, I'll measure it. Not very big, about 2 foot square. It's only a $300 cutter. It's not a $3,000 cutter. Close enough. My laser is 15 watts and it'll cut plywood. We've already went through that. It just stinks the place up. Gonna have to be summertime before we use the laser cutter. Got to do that outside. It stinks. My hand is shaky today. Shaky Jake. You little letters are tough. This is a 0, this brush. We'll go down to a 2 on the bigger ones, and then that'll be more comfortable. Come on. You too can have one of these trophies. All I gotta do is show up this summer and win it. If we still got a country. Damn. if we still got a country. Yeah, it really stinks up the place. Smells like you're burning your house down. Matter of fact, it's worse than a house fire. Okay. Wonder how many model airplane guys are sign painters too. I know Walt Prey was. I know this doesn't make a whole lot of sense because it's backwards, because it's on the inside of the glass, but they look all right when you turn them around. And it'll look real good when it's a mirror. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I mean, I know this is not model airplanes, but it's cold outside. I have no wood for the Viper. I mean, I got just a few parts I can work on, a few things, but it ain't worth getting excited. And I got lots of airplanes. Hey Frank, I have I have to go back. Yeah, polyspan. It works like monocoat. That's at least how I use it. Let me wash this brush out. Let's see, we had number 1. This is mineral spirit. I had lacquer thinner. Here's lacquer thinner. I got to go down to Lowe's and get me a gallon of lacquer thinner. I can't believe I've run through a quart already. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I washed these brushes out 3 times. Once in a really crappy lacquer thinner, then in a cleaner lacquer thinner. That's the second wash. Wipe it out. And then in a final brush wash of clean lacquer thinner. These brushes are so expensive. Then to get the lacquer thinner out, I hit it with mineral spirits. Wipe that out and dunk it in oil. Shit. And then put it right back in its toolbox. This is a 0. I got the 1 mixed up here. And these are all Kafka quills. We got liners and long liners and quills. I'm missing 2 quills for the set, another $50. Got to do it as I can. I can't buy everything all at once. So I used the number 2 the last time. That's what we used this time. When you load your brush, you're going to get all the paint in there, and then you want to put a chisel on it. You rub it on the side of the cup. I just ordered another 300 cups. At least those are cheap. Got to get this stuff while I can. Can't the paint. I'm probably breaking every rule in the sign painter's book, but I don't care. Been 40 years since I practiced up on this, so getting better. This time next year, I should be smoking. You know, they raised the rent here. What's funny is they're going to raise the rent on all these places and people are going to move out. Okay, see you later, Lars. People are going to move out and they ain't going to have nobody living here. I mean, it's going to break. I can tell you that right now. I own my own home in St. Louis, so, and I'm at the retirement age past, so I can re-retire because I was retired once, but I spent all the money. Fortunately for me, this job has enabled me to pay off all the debt that I had. Because I worked a pretty sweet deal with Jerry. But Jerry's passed away, so now I'm stuck with his knucklehead partners. They had a sign. I told this story, I think, the other day. They had a sign guy in there who used to work at where I work, and now he's got his own sign business, and he came in with vinyl, and he was laying out a sign, and I looked at it, and man, it was crooked like crazy. I said, hey, man, that's crooked. No, it's not. It's optical illusion. Okay. So he's, yeah, it's crooked. 3 times. And when it went out the door on the final time, it was still crooked. But what are you going to do? Nobody cares anymore. If it ain't right, somebody else can deal with it. I'm thinking about getting a hold of Stewart Company and see if anybody's painting mail pouch barns. And if they're not, look that up on the internet. Mail pouch chewing tobacco. There was an old guy who went around. It was, mail pouch has been around since the 1800s. And back in the day, there was no computers and stuff. So in Missouri and the Midwestern states, they got all these barns. Well, on the side of the barn, they paint mail pouch chewing tobacco, chew the finest. And this guy went all over the country. I think he did 10,000 or 20,000 or something barns. And that's how he made his living, painting mail pouch chewing tobacco on the side of barns. I'm going to see if they're still going to do that. Because I think he did it up until he was 90 or something. This kind of job here is more of a hand-eye coordination. And the job that I'm doing now is more of a backbreaker. I don't want to deal with motorcycles. I'll stripe motorcycles, but I don't want to deal with bikers anymore. Biggest babies I ever met. My bike. I got the decals made up for this already, so we can get them laid up, and I'll do the leaf tonight. We got 10 watchers. Like, subscribe, and share. Okay, this is backwards. So let's see if we can figure it out. That's one of the reasons why these letters take a little longer for me anyway, is because they are backwards. Not the way I'm used to painting them. Paint's drying out. But it's the last letter, so we're not going to mess with it. See, that's going backwards in the flow of things, so we'll go the right direction and see if I can make it work. Yeah, I guess. We're down to 7. We've been on 44 minutes. I don't think I'll stay on like I do normally Saturday at John's, where we do 2-3 hours. I'll just do an hour. And unless you guys are interested in seeing this done. Because it's pretty hard to talk by myself. Okay, we got one of them done. So let's take it off and move the stencil over to the other one. I just thought of a way to move this stencil without taping it to the glass. needs a second coat of black. One shot doesn't work like one shot anymore. Not as opaque as it used to be. The red seems to be okay, but the black's kind of light, so I'll have to give it a second coat of black. Looks like red got some spots in it too. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. We'll do the second coat later. So, in order to do this, we'll put this here. Tape it up there. Ah, come on now. Man, I'm gonna have to throttle that heater back. Must be warming up outside. Okay, let's I know I got 2 coats on this one, so yeah, I got it. So. You dog. Okay, let's do the bottom. Well, I'm going to add some more turp to it because it's too thick. Maybe we can move a little faster if I get a little thinner. Maybe I ought to use reducer instead of turpentine. There we go. We got some thin paint now. Probably going to run. Going to run or going to streak one. Let's see what happens. That should be all right. Oh, God. The next sign I do, though, the innovation in hand-painted signs, is not going to be this simple stuff like this. It's 3-color overlay. Got 10 watchers. Been on. I got 8 minutes to go on this program. Unless you guys are interested, let me know. Do you want me to keep going, or are you tired of sign painting? I mean, I know this is not model airplanes, and this is a model airplane channel, but I have no wood. I mean, I got wood, but I don't want to build a heavy airplane. I don't have my wings yet for my half-A airplane. Danny's working on those, so beggars can't be choosers. I should have taped it up a little higher. Because I could turn on Burt Lancaster and Gregory Peck. I watched Run Silent, Run Deep this morning. World War II movie about submarine commander, and Burt Lancaster took command of the ship. And shit that wouldn't happen in real life, but I can remember watching all those movies as a kid. And Don Rickles was in it too. You wouldn't recognize him, but I think that movie's from like 55 maybe. One more backwards S and that'll be done. Hey Jim. In your work in showing. I don't understand what that means, but thanks. Someday I'll learn how to do some of this stuff. When I told Jim about my background, he had no clue. I used to blow glass. Neon signs are, you make a pattern, And then you get a 1/2 inch glass tube, and then you take a burner that's in the shape of a U, and you roll that glass tube in that burner, and you put the tube in your mouth, a rubber tube, and you have your pattern sitting on the bench, and you blow that glass tube and bend it around to match the pattern. Then they fill it with argon, xenon, and helium for the different hues of light. Then you hook it up to a ballast, and that's how you get the core signs and the paps and all that. Well, I used to do that. I wasn't as good as the Mexican guy, but that taught me. But I know how to do it, and if I was working at a shop that was doing that, within 6 months I'd be 100% again. Let's see what we got here. Just like this sign painting, it's going to take me, by summertime, I'll be up to striping and painting a sign. I got to stand on this side here. I got a glitch right there. I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. Good enough. Nobody will know the difference. That's why I wear that shirt, or I make that statement. Those people who think they know everything are particularly aggravating those of us who do. I went to a job one time, and the guy said, well, what can you do? I said, well, I'm a machinist, carpenter, cabinet maker, glazer, sign painter, pinstriper, airbrush guy. I could do a portrait. I can weld. Mechanic. He said, how old are you? 200? No. Just didn't have, couldn't afford anything when I was a kid. And if you wanted something, you had to make it. In order to make it, you had to figure out how to do it. So you might as well get the guys that know how to do it, watch them, just copy. I mean, it ain't that difficult. Not rocket science. Whatever Brett Buck does, I couldn't do. I mean, my math skills are nowhere near that. No way. I bombed out of A school in the Navy for aviation electronic technician because the math was so far over my head. And that's when I said, hey, man, I signed up to the Navy to be a painter, a mechanic or painter or something, while they sent me to AMS school. But I bombed out sitting in that cubicle doing that math was way over my head. Shit, I couldn't figure out what the hell they were talking about even. I'm the kind of guy that goes, yep, that's it. That's pretty close. That works for me. That's why when them guys start doing all that advanced math on the stun hanger, I go, yeah, okay, whatever. By the time you guys sit down and figure that, I'll have it built and flying in the air. If it looks right, it'll be right. our sport, hobby, whatever you want to call it, passion. There's nothing that's that critical. I suppose if we were going to the moon or Mars and we missed by 10 foot here on Earth, you'd be off by 300,000 miles when you got there. I guess that would be kind of important, but for a 16th and 3 foot, that ain't nothing. Doesn't have to be that damn close. Well, I think because we're a man short, Saturday with Sparky is, just consistent of painting signs. I think we'll kill the video. I may come back when I do my innovations in sign, but this is just repetition, fix this, do that. Might come back and put the decals on, show you how I did that. Remember, I couldn't paint those little tiny letters. Well, shit, just make a damn decal. That's what I did. And that's part of being a modeler. I'll put this here. And we'll end with this, put this back up. Got to have a place to sit, so. That looks pretty good though. And it'll look a whole lot better when it's on a mirror. So, but I can't do it. It's just too damn cold. Watching your work, confidence. Your work is showing. Keep up the good work. Okay. Yeah, confidence. Well, let me tell you something, Jim. If you don't have faith or belief in yourself, who's going to? My dad told me when I was a kid, after he hit me with a 2x2, he said, you can and will do anything you set your mind to. And that's the best gift he gave me, because anything that I want to do, I can do. If I don't want to do it, you can't make me do it. There's just no way. I can't figure it out. And another thing about doing stuff like this is just because I did this job 40 years ago, and I remember quite a bit, doesn't mean that I know everything. So I bought all the old textbooks on doing this stuff. Gives a rundown of, and guys, it wouldn't, you wouldn't be interested unless you were doing this, but I intend to do this as my retirement. So don't think you know everything, because you don't, and I don't. But part of being a good mechanic is knowing you don't know everything and knowing where to find the information. It's just like when I built Stunhanger. Shit, I didn't know nothing about it. But asking questions, Stunhanger's been around 16 or 17 years now. Asking questions, keep modifying, testing. But you'll notice that Stunhanger never goes through. There was a problem. Bob Zambelli and Dennis Nunes had an issue with they couldn't see the 4-stroke form. Well, there was a setting that I made, and it only takes one tick on a button, and it threw everything out, so they couldn't see it. So, I just deleted the thread. Yeah, I know about it. I'll get to it it's a big process. It's test this, move that, move this piece of code, whatever. Well, I finally found it, and I got that fixed for those guys, but it took a month, because I have a job. I go to work. I come home, work on Stunhanger for half an hour, then watch TV. Then I do these live shows for an hour. There's only so many hours in a day, and 9 of those are at work, and 8 of those are sleeping, so that's 17. Where are we at there? How many hours I got left to do stuff? So I just get done what I can get done, and we'll catch up to it eventually. But we'll figure it out. If I sat down and whatever I wanted to do, if I sat down and just focused on that, it can be done in a relatively quick, period. But if you're doing a half a zillion things, Eric Brin, shuffling the plates, keeping the plates spinning. So I've become the Bob Ross of sanding and the Bob Ross of sign painting, and I don't know. I don't want to be equated with Bill Gates, because that guy's a knothead. Anyway, thanks for watching. We've got an hour and 10 minutes in. I'll be back a little later for a second part of this. I want to run the television, so I can't do that while we're online. I'll work on getting those lettered, and when it dries up, we'll put the gold and the bronze leaf, or the silver and bronze leaf, on 2 and 3, and maybe I'll gild the frames today. I don't know, but because they're going to be gilded frames. But I've been thinking about that. They use varnish on gold leaf. Well, I'm thinking about using Z-epoxy and clear dope. Well, Z-epoxy and clear dope it make it a really super finish. So, it all depends on how much work I want to put into this stuff. I'm giving all this away anyway. So, and I got my half-A airplane I'm going to give away eventually, if I can get the wing and get it working on. But I got to have wood for that, and can only do so much. But that's all I got. I'll see you a couple hours. Fair winds, tight lines. Let's go, Brandon. See ya.